Kia ora. Kia ora, this is Barney here. Yeah, I think you're probably wondering who I am. Yeah. Wow, I'm the previous you. Yous, if there's of you. Yeah, I'm the previous Kaihapai. I was in the role for nearly 2 years. So if you're watching this video, you'll probably got the job. So massive congrats for myself, and yeah, you'll be enjoying it. And I don't think you'll be in there. I don't think you would have got this role if you weren't the right person for this role. So this is just a video, just a bit of a vlog, or the blog they call it maybe, just to say what's up and give you a bit of insight into what you're getting yourself into. Yeah, so your Kaihapai Hapori, and at the essence of it all, you make the job what you want it to be. I think that's the beauty of this role. You know, there's a lot of space for your own sort of creativity to be expressed through this role, and for you to make it what you wanted to make it. But I guess it's based around 3 sort of roles: education role, advocacy role, and your networking / whanungatanga sort of stuff that's essential. Actually, that's probably the most important part of the role: relationships, with other organizations, with other kaimahi in the community. Definitely was vital for when I was in the role. So we'll start there, eh? We'll start there. So the networking you do, community development, you know, the essence of community development, and being able to empower community to make decisions for themselves or to do things for themselves. That was a vital part of the role. And with community development came a lot of networking, a lot of whanungatanga. So I found that as a real sort of important aspect of the role. Knowing people in the community, being able to reach out to them and them to reach out to you. So being a real accessible kaimahi in the community, especially for community law, because you know, community law and the whole legal sort of system is really scary for our people, our Māori and our PI people, and our vulnerable groups, you know, homeless and mental health, whānau, you know, they always find it difficult to look for legal support, and it's, you know, it's scary for a lot of people. So it's always good being their first point of call. You guys might be coming with your own sort of connections and your own networks in Wellington, and that's awesome. That's what I pulled on when I first started the show. Had a few existing connections that I pulled on. So you know, I really utilized those connections, but also, you know, doing the hard jobs, getting out there and introducing yourself, who you are, what we do, and what we represent. You know, a Māori, a brown face in the community. That's really important for a lot of our kaimahi out there to realise that, like, you know, there's a trusted person in community where they can call on and get some support for. And I guess, you know, it does take a while. Sometimes you have to build up that trust with the community, and I mean that's all part and parcel of being a community worker and getting out there and meeting everyone. And kānohi ki te kānohi is really important. Yeah, well, I mean, you guys wouldn't be in this position if you didn't have the capability. So probably preaching to the converted. So apologies if I sound like I'm grandstanding, but nah, just pointing out a little bit of helpful things. Yeah, so I find that really important, relationships, being able to connect with someone on a more deeper level than just you're in this position, I'm in this position. So, you know, whanungatanga, you know, it's more than networking. Networking's pretty bland. The word networking is pretty bland. Networking suggests it's just, you know, a business partnership. But, you know, when you think of tikanga wise and whanungatanga, the essence of whanungatanga is something deeper than just networking. And it's like a boil up with no networking is like a boil up with no doughboys. You know, don't you just hate it when you go to a boil up and the youngsters and your cousins and nephews and stuff have eaten all the doughboy? Yep, it's all just water. You know, I think that's what networking is. Whereas whanungatanga, you know, sincere and authentic sort of networking relationships. You know, it's like a boil up with doughboys, and actually a boil up with doughboys and meat. Man, I always get gutted when I go to the pot on the stove and there's like just water left. Gutted. But yeah. So in community development, so it's just basically just getting out there and showing your face and presenting. My phone just fell down, but it's back up and going again. it's back up and going again. You probably only can see the side of my face, but hopefully you can hear my voice. But yeah. Yeah, community development, just kānohi ki te kānohi, do the hajas, get out there to different huis and different festivals, meeting days, different occasions to communicate yourself out there and do that. Because it's easier in the long run, because if they know you and you know them and things arise and you have clients, mutual clients, they're able to call on you much easier. So community development. Whanaungatanga, kānohi ki te kānohi, trust, respect, and sincere relationships. That's that bit. And then we had the education. So when I came into this role, I didn't have any legal background in regards to what the law entails and specifics about how the law works and stuff. But that was probably my weakest point, trying to figure that out. But in saying that, I have real good leadership and support from everyone at Community Law, with education sessions and with providing information to different people and different groups. Definitely had a lot of support. I had a few dry runs of education sessions that I helped facilitate. I did a lot of research, practice in front of my wife. Actually, she was my audience at home before I presented. It took a while for me to get confident. The material was kind of easy to get used to because you learn it. You're used to learning stuff, but then when you stand in front of people, it's a whole different kettle of fish, and it's a whole different skill set that you need to actually be an effective facilitator and effective teacher, really. So ask for support around. Everyone's always willing to give support. Do the mahi, do the research, and these education sessions that you present to different Māori organisations or different rangatahi locations actually come back to help you in the long run, because if you're knowledgeable about what the law is, you're able to give first-hand information / advice, but not really information to the clients that you may help. So it gives you a real solid background to do your advocacy work. So with education, if you haven't got a legal background, but if you have, then by all means, you're in a stronger position than I was. But teaching is a whole different skill set too. So sometimes you have to learn that. Even though I learned information, I thought it was pretty solid with the info. It was still difficult because skilling, talking in front of young people, especially who are noisy, is a whole different skill set. So I learned a lot in that respect. And the third part was advocacy. So you have advocacy. Advocacy is really walking alongside our client whānau, our whānau who have come to community law and asked for assistance in particular areas. Being an advocate, you're there when they're going to wins, and you're there to sit alongside them and clarify things if they don't understand things. So just going to different appointments, maybe it's they have a court date, and you feel like you need some support going to his first court hearing, sitting and talking to the duty solicitor. Maybe they just need a bit more support, and maybe you can be a sounding board for them, or someone to clarify some legal instructions that they may not understand. But that's the advocacy bit. Advocacy bit's pretty, it's who we are as Māori. We're really, I think in our nature that we're really supportive of our whānau, of our people. And I think, the advocacy part is something we innately have as Māori. So, it's a really enjoyable part of the role. Just be mindful that, like I had to, I'm not a social worker, and I don't think we're expected to be social workers, or we're expected to be crisis workers. Going back to community development and networking and whanaungatanga, if you connect up with some awesome services in Wellington, or awesome kaimahi that you trust with your clients, always remember that there are professionals out there who are able to help you better. So I had different connections in different areas that I was able to pull on, and I think if you're able to get yourself a good basing, you'll be able to draw on those connections too. So don't expect you have to do everything that an advocate is. So you're an advocate, you're there to tautoko, you're there to kai whakamana, empower them, but you're not there to be their counsellor or their therapist as such. But sometimes you find yourself in positions and you just roll with it. But if the issues are serious enough, they warrant some professionals input, then don't be afraid to reach out to professionals in the community. And there's some awesome Māori kaimahi out there that are doing some good work in regards to counselling and stuff. So reach out to them. Awesome. The role was pretty cool because you're able to plug the gaps where need be. Able to jump in on different cope-up and different projects. It's something that I really liked about the role. It was really awesome. So as part of the Kaihapai, talking about whanaungatanga, I think, paying dues to the local mana whenua is probably a good start too. Being able to go around to the marae, to the local marae, and paying respects to that, and getting your name, getting our kaupapa out there, and really strengthening our ties. I know as part of our team, we went up to marae at a part and went through the porphyry processes. But I thought my belief at that time was if we're able to the solidifying of our connections and whanaungatanga with different ropus in the area, I thought that the porphyry process is the right place to start. Because that's tikanga, that's how we get to know who's who, what who from where, and what sort of mahi we do. So I thought that was a good idea and something that we were meant to get around to organise with different iwi, different marae. So something that they can be picked up on. I know our mahi's going through structural changes or doing on some positive on a positive hikoi to become more understanding of Māoridom, and especially how it relates to community law. And as you may find out, Te Pūtiki and Pouwhirinaki Pouwhirinaki is our team of Māori kaimahi, specifically created to deal with Māori unmet legal needs, and Te Pūtiki is our guidance sort of body for our mahi, and also for us as Pouwhirinaki, or for you guys as Pouwhirinaki. So yeah, just be aware of that. It's like anything, when you're trying to import tikanga Māori or Māoridom inside a Pākehā, essentially a Pākehā structure, there's always going to be tension, there's always going to be working out and teething issues. But as myself being part of the initial process, I think everyone was on the same waka, and everyone had the right idea in mind, and everyone was going the right way, which with any discussion that's a positive, because if everyone's going in the right direction, maybe going at different speeds, some people might be taking risks now and then, but we're all ending up in the same direction. So I think just my thoughts is just being mindful about the process, get in there, have your input, and let's work together to get our organisation more open to Māori, the Māori world in any way, if I'm not making sense. But yeah, other than that, I thought I'd just do a video that what the role is, you really got it. Any sort of admin stuff, that's probably my weakness. A lot of admin stuff that I found was like little jewels was always use my Outlook calendar. Be religious about your Outlook calendar, and what's in it, and where you're going, and also regularly take notes. Like if you get a phone call, take a post-it note and put it into the database. You'll meet the database. Our database is not the most user-friendly, but it is what it is. Just to make it easier, just get it done really. Like if you've got something written down, and it's easier to get it done then and there rather than saving it for the end of the week or the end of the day. If you can possible, get all your notes on that day done before you leave work or the next morning. There's a lot of people around there that's really helpful. Just get in some good habits, because you'll be deep in the mahi. And if you're new to this role, just get the good habits going before the work piles up. And I'm saying that because I experienced that a lot of work piled up for me. I was involved in multiple 10 billion other projects going around the rohe, but I never had those habits that kind of like I had needed to rely on at those sort of busy times. So lock in those busy times, get it locked in, man. Because I know, but then in saying that, I might be preaching to the converted, and I apologize for that. You might already have good habits from the previous workplace, previous studies, or good habits in general that I didn't have. So apology or preaching to the converted. Other than that, just enjoy the role. It's a really important role. You have a really supportive work environment. If anything's up, go to each other, go to your team. Hopefully, Darren and Kelsey, awesome kai mahi. I respect them as colleagues, but more so I respect them as friends, and in many more ways than I know that I can figure out. Actually, they're really good people, so trust in them. Any issues, Jeff, the top guy, the top park, he's the man. He's the man, really, and he's a good follower, man. Not talking, not talking like I'm trying to lick his bum because he's a boss, or so-called boss, because now we're on a self-management, flat structure sort of thing. But he's a good man. Other than he's good a boss, let alone a good man. So he's really accepting to anything. Also, key, look out for yourself. This mahi can be demanding at the best of times. As you may already know, if you're a community worker, and our workplace is really encouraging of you looking after yourself, whether it be taking a health day off, mental health day off, recovering from a stressful week or stressful client. Please don't be scared to not do that. What else is there? Just wishing you all the best. I really enjoyed the mahi. Actually, I didn't want to leave, but for whānau reasons, I had to come back to Auckland. So, even though I do miss that role, I know there's awesome people like you who are coming to pick up the torch and carry that kaupapa on. And knowing our people and what they're like, and the issues that we're facing. We have to educate our whānau to know what's up. Because they have the answers themselves, and when they get in positions where authority figures or even organizational agencies portray to know the answers more than our clients do, that's pretty stink. So if we're able to give our clients and our whānau the answers, how much more power can they, how much more can they do, how much more positive thing can they do for themselves. So I better stop yapping around. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch my car video as I'm driving out to South Auckland from West Auckland, in between mahi. But I wish you guys all the best. Nothing but love to the community law whānau. You guys, you new Kaihapai. You got it. Peace out. It's all you. Barnz out. Peace.